Guys, we're getting 2 new heroes for Season 2. At launch, we're getting Emma Frost, and at mid-season, we're getting Ultron. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down every single one of Ultron's abilities and breaking down the gameplay trailer we got for Emma Frost. Let's get right into it. Alright, so Ultron's going to be a support, and his primary attack says Unleash a Burning Energy Beam. I think this is just going to be, like it says, kind of like Symmetra's primary fire from Overwatch if you played that game. Just a constant beam of damage that he can do. We have his dynamic flight, fly quickly in the direction of movement and then enter a free flight mode. So I think this is kind of going to be like Human Torch's flying ability, where he can fly and kind of use that as his movement ability to escape or get in and out of situations. We have his E ability, which reads command a giant drone to follow an ally, constantly healing allies in its radius with additional healing for the designated ally. So what this sounds like to me is you assign a drone to heal a target, and any one of your allies that are around that target that you assign to be healed, so say you assign a Thing, any of your teammates that are around Thing are also going to get healed, but Thing is going to get more healing. Next, we have his right click, which says summon drones to grant bonus health to allies within range, centered on himself and the ally marked with imperative patch. To me, this sounds like an AoE heal that'll heal anybody that's in the direction of this ability, and it sounds like the person who has the imperative patch or his E on them will receive more healing, and same with Ultron. His passive is hold space to fall slowly, so just like Hela's. His ultimate ability says summon Ultron drones to fire in Cephalo rays, damaging enemies or healing allies. To me, it just sounds like he summons a bunch of drones he can control that he can whether heal allies with them really fast or damage enemies. It kind of sounds like Moira's ult from Overwatch, so kind of think that. I think Ultron sounds like a healer that's going to be very flexible in doing damage and healing his allies at the same time, which I think is probably fitting for Ultron. I'm really excited to use him, and I can't wait till he comes out mid-season. Alright, so for Emma Frost, her primary fire looks like a beam that does a good amount of damage, so kind of similar to Ultron's actually. It looks like it does a decent amount of damage for a tank, so she looks like she can output a lot of DPS. So from what I understand with this ability, Emma Frost puts down a crystal, and anybody that's near that crystal, Emma Frost can shoot that crystal and it'll do damage to anybody around it. So think kind of like Moon Knight's Ankh, but not exactly the same thing. Alright guys, this ability looks pretty straightforward to me. It's a shield that Emma Frost can place down, and Emma Frost and her allies, I'm assuming, can shoot through the shield and damage enemies, but the enemies can't damage you through it. It also blocks Iron Man's ult here. So Emma Frost has a second form, which turns into a melee form, and she does a pretty decent amount of melee damage. So she can, I'm assuming, gets damage resistance and does increased melee damage when she's in this form. One of her abilities that she has in this form, she can choke slam people and then kick them off the map or out of the fight. This ability is going to be insanely strong, especially when you're playing near ledges, because you can not only take enemies out of the fight for about 3 seconds, but you can also just completely kick them off the map if there's a ledge nearby. As far as her ultimate ability goes, it looks like an ability where she can mind control people and kind of pull them towards her. So this is good again for taking people off the map or just forcing enemies out of position by pulling them out of the position they're in. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Tomorrow I'm going to be having a video coming out covering all the patch notes and covering all the new team abilities coming to the game. So if that's something you're interested in, please consider clicking subscribe and sticking around for that content. I'm giving away a copy of Spider-Man 2 at 5,000 subscribers, so also subscribe to enter that giveaway. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys over the weekend. Peace out.